This week we have Saturn, teacher of Karmic Lessons, turning to retrograde motion at 19 degrees of Pisces. All of this, an empowered moment and more in my new intuitive energy forecast for the week of Monday, June 24th through Sunday, June 30th, 2024. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment. And we're doing an intuitive energy forecast for the week. And for this week's intuitive message, we're going to be using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland for the main message for everyone. Your special message card, depending on your stone of choice this week, is going to be coming from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck by Alberto Villaldo and Colette Barron-Reed. So before we get into looking at our stones of choice or talking about the astrology for the week, let's close our eyes, settle in, and do an empowered moment. So taking a deep breath, exhaling, letting your body relax. Feeling peaceful and calm, comfortable and serene as you visualize golden white light of God's source, universal energy all around you. Seeing, sensing, feeling, or just knowing that you're surrounded in this unconditional love and guidance and healing energy. Taking a deep breath and breathing in that beautiful, activating golden white light into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. Silently calling in your angels, guides, master guides, and teachers of the highest vibration of light to guide you throughout this week and beyond. And speaking of teachers of the light, this week we have Saturn, the great teacher of Karmic Lessons, turning to retrograde motion. And as he comes to a standstill, as he gets ready to shift his direction from forward movement to retrograde movement, it will magnify and intensify the energies of what he is all about. Saturn rules responsibility, karmic lessons, fears, and feelings of restriction and limitation. He rules restructuring, a restructuring process within our body, mind, and energy field. So where in your life do you need to take more responsibility? Responsibility for yourself, your home, your family, your finances, responsibility for your spiritual life purpose or life path forward. Where in your life do you need to understand and learn your karmic lessons, to be aware of what your soul chose to come in and learn, be aware of, and understand in this lifetime? How can you release those lessons, heal those lessons, let them go so they no longer affect you as you move forward? Where in your life do you have fear? Fear of change, fear of moving ahead, fear of taking responsibility, or fear of making the shifts within yourself necessary to attain joy and happiness, abundance, prosperity, fulfillment. Think about all of these questions and how these Saturn energies may pertain to you. How you can go through a karmic cleansing or call in to your angels and guides and healers of the light for a karmic cleansing, to restructure your life, restructure your mind, restructure your beliefs, so that nothing holds you back from your truth and nothing holds you back from your happiness and joy, so that nothing holds you back from abundance and prosperity, so that nothing holds you back from your personal power. So let's breathe in that intention. And as you exhale, imagine you're letting go of all of those fears, karmic lessons that you no longer need to hold on to. And when you feel ready and in your own time, you can open your eyes, returning to this time and place and space. Maybe taking another deep breath. And let's look at our stones of choice for the week. Now, these are all on my website, but rather than being special intention pendants, I now also have available special intention crystals and stones. So these ones are not wrapped and in wire, and some of you may prefer it that way because maybe a lot of you don't wear pendants, right? So the first stone of choice is this beautiful amethyst cluster. So this has been Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 9, the essence of the humanitarian energies, as well as creative and spiritual energy, and also master number 11, number of the light worker and the visionary. It has the qualities of the sign of Pisces for unconditional love, compassion, and spiritual connection to one's angels and guides, the balancing and opening of the crown chakra to open one up to higher wisdom and guidance. And this one has Archangel Raziel's energy infused into it, the Archangel of Alchemy and Divine Magic. Okay. And then stone number 2 is a little bit different. It's an agate, but it's actually an agate with the Eye of Horus on it. So this is an Eye of Horus agate. And it's Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 22, number of powerful protection on all planes. The sign of Scorpio for the energies of death, rebirth, transformation, and regeneration. The planet Pluto for owning one's inner personal power and using it wisely. The activation of the solar plexus chakra for confidence, courage, and leadership abilities. Ascended Masters Sunat Kumara and King Solomon are infused into this for space clearing and spirit releasement. The energies of Archangel Michael for psychic protection and cutting cords to all that no longer serves one's best and highest interest. And the guidance and protection of our Egyptian ancestors of the light. All right, and then our last stone of choice, if I can pick it up here, is this beautiful raw azurite. Okay, so the azurite is Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 11, number of psychic vision, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and the energy of the light worker. Also, it's infused with the energy of the number 8, number of leadership, prosperity, and abundance. The qualities of Neptune, planet of other dimensions and connection to past lives. The planet Jupiter, planet of expansion and blessings. The element of water, which rules intuition, clairsentience, and fluidity. The element Earth, which focuses on manifestation abilities. And this one has sacred priestess energies, which are about mystery, ceremonial magic, and who are the guardians of the secret teachings infused into it. That's quite a mouthful, right? Sacred priestess energies, which are about mystery, ceremonial magic, and who are the guardians of the secret teachings. And Archangel Raziel, the archangel of divine magic and alchemy. All right, so let's look at those one more time. We've got the beautiful amethyst cluster. We've got the Eye of Horus agate. And we've got the beautiful raw azurite. And there's even a little bit of the raw azurite on the back as well. So let's put those aside. Let's talk about the astrology for the week. So we start out on Wednesday the 26th before we have anything very prominent going on. And on Wednesday the 26th, we have Mercury, the planet of the mental realm, who's recently moved into the emotional sign of Cancer. So not a very comfortable place for mental, logical Mercury to be in this kind of feeling of the realm of empathy and intuition. But, I mean, if you're using your mind and you're allowing it to go into this, energy of being intuitive and listening to your gut feelings, then, it would be a very nice placement. But on Wednesday, Mercury in Cancer is going to make a positive aspect to Saturn. And Saturn's highlighted this week because it's slowing down to turn retrograde, but it's not quite yet. Saturn, the great teacher of karmic lessons in Pisces. So they're both in water signs. Now, Saturn is at a standstill, so it's intensifying and magnifying his energies right now. So anything that touches Saturn, and this probably applies to last week and probably the following week as well, with Saturn being at a standstill, it's really intensifying and magnifying the connections. So with Mercury and Cancer trining Saturn and Pisces, I feel like we can really ground into that intuitive energy. We can really ground into new thoughts and ideas, perceptions and perspectives. Saturn, again, is asking us to take responsibility for where our mind is going, where our heart is going. With that Cancer emotional feeling energy. Now, Saturn being the ruler of karmic lessons in Pisces, which is the ruler of the spiritual realm, again, it's really amplifying this need for awareness and understanding, really kind of, reflecting on with that Mercury energy. What are my karmic lessons? Why are they there? How can I be more aware of how to shift or change or rise above all of these energies? But again, I feel like we can really bring in some concrete new information. Communications should be very practical, grounded, and maybe even from the heart, with that Cancer and Pisces energy. But I really feel like, there's positive energies flowing here with thoughts and ideas and perceptions and communications. And again, you're nurturing emotional, empathic energies as well. So, Saturn has this nice grounding effect, but also wants us to be responsible. Now on Friday the 28th, Mercury in Cancer is now going to be in a challenging aspect to Chiron, the wounded healer, who is in Aries and has been in Aries for, pretty long time and will continue to be in Aries for a while because it's moving very slowly. Now, with this challenging aspect, again, 2 days later from that positive trine aspect with Saturn, Mercury with Chiron, we might feel a little bit challenged with our mindset, with how we're thinking, with how we're perceiving, with how we're understanding things. Old wounds regarding our self-identity or self-confidence or sense of courage or independence might come cropping up, where we're having maybe, some doubts or some emotional moments with what is going on in our lives. Also on the same day, Friday the 28th, we've got Venus in Cancer connecting in a positive sextile with Mars in Taurus. Now, Venus is feminine archetypal energy and Mars is masculine archetypal energy. They are the lovers. Venus is in nurturing, loving, caring Cancer, and Mars is in grounded, practical, manifestation sign of Taurus. So there can be some positive moments here. If we look for the opportunities that present themselves, there can be some positive moments in relationships, maybe positive moments within our home and family environment, positive moments or opportunities with our finances and our sense of security. So look for those opportunities as they're presented with that sextile between the lovers, Venus and Mars. Then on Saturday the 29th, this is when Saturn, the great teacher of karmic lessons, planet of responsibility, restrictions, limitation, structure, form, restructuring, manifestation in the 3D realm. This is when he's turning to retrograde motion at 19 degrees of Pisces. He's going to be retrograde for quite a while. He's going to be retrograde until November 15th, going all the way back to 12 degrees of Pisces. So he's only going to be traveling in retrograde motion from 19 to 12 degrees. That's only about 7 degrees that he's covering here. And again, it's going to take a little while. So it internalizes the energy when a planet turns retrograde. So we're talking about internalizing this energy of responsibility, really going within and understanding, where do I need to be more responsible for my life? Where do I need to understand more deeply these karmic lessons? Where do I need to not allow any feelings of restrictions, limitations, or fears to overtake me, because I kind of am the commander, if you will. You know, to me, I always think of Saturn as the authority, the commander of my own reality. But it's going to magnify and intensify his energies more greatly this week with him turning retrograde. So even though we've got many weeks of Saturn being retrograde where we're going to be able to, reflect on these aspects of what Saturn rules, this week is really going to bring things to a head. So, it almost feels like, in a way, with Saturn, that sometimes with our own fears, which fears are an illusion, right? We can't say that the feeling of fear is an illusion, because we do feel it. But a lot of times our fears are not based in real reality. I'm not saying never, but a lot of times we fear things that will never come to pass, or we fear things that hold us back from moving forward. And so these are the kind of energies through situations and circumstances, or even your own perceptions and belief systems, will kind of keep you entrapped in a way in this fearful energy where, again, you feel limited or repressed or held back. And a lot of times we're doing that to ourselves. So just pay attention this week to what that might be all about for you, because that might give you some keys to what some of your karmic lessons are. And it's usually, what we think of as like finances are a karmic lesson. Relationships in my life have been a karmic lesson, or the authority figures in my life, for me, maybe at work and career, or parental, have been a karmic lesson. But really it's about you, again, being your own commander and your own authority and taking charge. It's like Saturn is almost like the Emperor card in the tarot, where we take charge of our own reality, and we're the ones in control, and we understand that and we see that. And now we don't allow other people or situations or our own kind of fears to kind of hold us back or keep us repressed. Also on Saturday the 29th, we have Mercury in Cancer, and it's in a sextile to Uranus. So earlier in the week, Mercury has seemed to be highlighted this week, right? Mercury connected with Saturn in a positive aspect Wednesday. It connected with Chiron in a challenging aspect on Friday. Now we have another positive connection with Mercury and Uranus, the great awakener, the planet that rules future expectations, or what we desire to create for our future. It rules humanitarian energies. It rules beating to the beat of our own drum, being our unique, individualized, independent self. Again, Mercury rules all of the mental realm. So there's an opportunity here to really kind of go from a 3D human perspective in our mind to a 5D and higher spiritual perspective with that Uranus energy. There's an opportunity here maybe to pay attention to messages, conversations that you might have, information that either you're seeking that gives you a clue, or information that you're not seeking that just kind of pops into your reality. There's messages of a spiritual nature in many aspects of life with this connection. And that's it for this week, but just a little heads up that next Tuesday, we're into July already next week, but next Tuesday, July 2nd, Neptune, the planet that rules the spiritual realm, is stationing to turn retrograde as well. So we're already feeling this, since it's only, by the time we're at the end of this week, it's only a couple of days away. We're already feeling Neptune's energy starting to magnify and intensify as well. And on the shadow side, Neptune can rule illusion, delusion, confusion, chaos, addictive or escapist qualities. But on the positive side, it rules spiritual inspiration and creative visualization and dreams and magic and miracles, and just really trusting in the universal divine plan and the divine timing of how it's all unfolding in your life. So again, just that little heads up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides from the Psychic Tarot. All right, so let's turn over the first card. And the first card is the Two of Spiritual. Now, this particular tarot deck, instead of using wands, cups, swords, and pentacles, they're using physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual for their suits. And so the Two of Spiritual here is like the Two of Wands in the traditional tarot. And it says the waiting game at the bottom. Now, when I think of the traditional Two of Wands, I mean, you usually see kind of someone looking out a window. There's one wand on either side of them, and they're looking out a window as if they're like looking out into like the future, you know, or the possibilities that lie out there. And there's two potential paths that they can go down, which is what the two represents. With this one, it almost feels a little different because we've got an hourglass, and we've got like a tree that's forming up here with leaves, and either the shadow side of the tree with no leaves down here on the bottom part of the hourglass, or you could even look at that as the roots, the big root system of the tree. And we've got these concentric kind of circles or ovals and a person here. This almost has a feeling like you have to be patient, right? The hourglass, the waiting game. We have to wait a little bit longer before things kind of start to fall into place. Maybe there's things going on behind the scenes on the spiritual level, since this is the pseudo-spiritual, that we don't understand or we can't yet see. And we just have to let some time pass before we feel more free to make a choice or make a decision, which is the two, and move forward. So, you know, this almost reminds me of like somebody's like walking, you know, they're going around in circles. They keep going in circles, round and round, you know. Maybe they think one way and then they think another. Maybe they think they're making this decision and then they feel like they should make the other decision. Or they just feel like they're not getting anywhere fast because they keep walking in circles. So either way, I feel like we need to just kind of wait for some sort of divine inspiration, divine message, divine timing, something that will say, oh, okay, now that's a sign. Now it's time to move forward. We've got, you know, the roots of the tree that's bringing in a sense of grounding. Something's coming into form, right? With the roots, something's coming into form and maybe being manifested. And it's starting to manifest because the tree up here has some leaves on it, on some of its branches. So we're seeing the beginning signs of the manifestation of something. But again, this is just saying to just wait a little bit longer. This could also be, again, the leaves on the tree here, and if this is the shadow side of the tree with no leaves, it's like looking at your own maybe shadow side, looking at some of the fears and doubts and illusions that would be the shadow side of the personality or of our thinking processes or emotional processes. Try to get to this glass half full. Try to get to growth, expansion, opportunity, blessings are on the way, and try to put your energy field, your mind, body, and energy field in this more positive space and place, knowing that We just have to wait a little bit longer, and the universe is going to show us when, and then we'll be able to start, moving forward or make that decision or that choice, and we'll know it's the right one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the second card. Okay, the second card is the Six of Emotional. The Six of Emotional is like the Six of Cups in the traditional tarot. And it says memories of love. And the Six of Cups is often about memories. It's about childhood. It's about those warm, fuzzy feelings, nurturing that we received as a child, or connecting with friends, or connecting, even, it doesn't mean childhood specifically, but it can even be about connecting with past loved ones and friends in your adult life. Oftentimes, which is why it says memories of love, we're reminiscing about the past. We're reminiscing about the good times. We're remembering the positive things with other people or with situations in our lives that we've gone through. It's an emotional connection here because it's the Suit of Cups, or the Suit of Emotional. Now, this particular card has two hands holding a candle of light. Now, there really should be 5 other candles here, and then for some reason it's only showing 4, which is interesting, right? Because it's the Six of Cups. But to me, those little candles, it's like tea light candles, they're aspects of hope. They're aspects of the light. They're aspects of love and compassion and forgiveness even. All of these things to me are part of that emotional body and emotional realm. And here we're cupping the candle. We're holding close to our heart those memories. We're holding close to our heart the positive experiences that we've had in our past. This might be that we're feeling a little bit emotional. This might be that we wish we could go back to the past, but if we did that, then we would never grow or evolve, because moving forward is the only way to go. And it doesn't mean we're not going to have new positive emotional experiences as we move forward. Sometimes holding on to the past can be a good thing, but sometimes holding on to the past can stagnate us and keep us from kind of moving forward. So don't allow the stagnation to come in, but do allow this higher vibrational energy of love, compassion, forgiveness, nurturing, the light to come into your heart and into your soul, because that's going to assist. Once this waiting period is over, it's going to assist us to feel joyous again, to feel happy again, and to attract to us blessings of various types, especially when it comes to people and connections. Let's look at the last card. And that's, this is a lot of that Cancerian energy that we've got going on now, right? We've got Mercury, Venus, and the Sun all in Cancer now. So it's very home family oriented, which is another thing that this card could be indicating, is something going on in the home and family. All right, let's look at the last card. Okay, this one's not as happy. Well, it's all in your perspective. But this is Major Arcana 15. And in this deck, it's called Temptation, which is a nicer term. The traditional tarot, it's the Devil card, right? A lot of people fear the Devil card. But Temptation, and it doesn't look like a very happy card. This is about that Saturn energy of your fears and insecurities, which is another word for Saturn, another keyword for Saturn. When we think about Saturn turning retrograde, where do you feel insecure in your life? Where are there insecurities going on within you? And so the temptations, the insecurities, the fears, the feeling held back, the feeling trapped, the feeling like I can't move forward, or that I'm scared to move forward, is all a part of this Devil card. The thing with the Devil card is that it's usually an entrapment of our own making. Like, we're not really trapped. We can just move on, move out, free ourselves, move forward, whenever we decide, whenever we take our sense of our own inner authority, that we take control for our lives, that we take responsibility for our lives, not allowing or holding anybody else responsible for our lives. We're responsible for our own joy and happiness and abundance and prosperity and ability to move forward. And that's kind of what this card is about, is to free yourself from what you feel is holding you back, whether it be a mindset, a belief system, or a situation. It's time, and the 15, the 5 is all about freedom and liberation. And the 1 is all about the self. So here we need to free or liberate ourselves in order to move past some of these fears. A lot of times when we take that first kind of big trusting leap, right, out of our fears, we breathe a sigh of relief, and then very shortly thereafter, we look back and we say, what was I so afraid of? What was I fearing here so much, right? So this is just that reminder with Saturn turning retrograde to not be in a fearful state, to not allow energies to hold you back or keep you down from moving forward. Be your own authority, take charge of your life, be responsible for yourself, and make whatever changes either within yourself or within your environment is necessary for you to bring in that happiness, joy, abundance, and prosperity. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card depending on your stone of choice. This is a larger deck than normal, so I hope I don't drop any cards. I shouldn't say that because then I'll manifest it, right? All right, so the first stone of choice was the amethyst cluster. So the special message for amethyst cluster people, and this one's sticking up as I open my eyes. Interesting. Dragon's Hoard. Now, I don't even know what hoard means here, but Dragon's Hoard, and it says protecting the future. Now, I said, because we are in the year of the dragon, right? 2024 in Chinese astrology is the year of the dragon. Being passionate, being a leader, taking charge of your life, independence, strength. That to me is dragon energy. And here it says we're protecting the future. This is a little baby dragon fairy, right? So call in your dragon guide, call in your dragon fairy. I don't even know what this dragon is in. It almost looks partially like an egg, but I know it's not. But it reminds me, like if it, that egg kind of shape, to me is reminiscent of new birth. So give birth to your inner power, your inner strength, your inner dragon. And as you give birth to the dragon energies, coupling that with some of the fairy light, energies, right? To me, the fairy realm is light and playful and fun and doesn't take life too seriously. The dragon, on the other hand, is pretty serious and powerful and take charge. So try to combine both of those energies to move into and give birth to the future. This even has a little purple energy here for the amethyst right in the middle, right? So maybe you're needing to work with amethyst to open the crown chakra, that amethyst colors, that higher vibrational claircognizant activating energy where ideas and inspirations can just kind of come to you, pop into your mind, the aha moments, the revelations. But this is all about, again, moving into the future with a different kind of energy. You're birthing a different kind of energy that's both strong and resilient as well as playful and fun as you're manifesting and protecting your own future moving forward. Let's put that back in the deck in case somebody else gets it. Then we have the Eye of Horus agate. Okay, so special message for Eye of Horus agate. This one's calling my attention here, if I can get it out. Ooh, covenant, sacred contract. So there's something in the Akashic records, which makes a lot of sense because Saturn does rule karmic lessons, and your Akashic records or the Akashic realm would be all the information about your soul in all of its incarnations and existences, right? So it would kind of contain any sacred covenants or contracts or karmic lesson information in it. And this to me has the feeling of it's time to rewrite the story in your records. It's time to rewrite the contracts. So we're releasing, letting go of old karmic contracts, covenants that we might have made, vows that we might have made in other lifetimes. And as we go into our own Akashic records, as we meditate and kind of connect with the Akashic realm, we're able to rewrite the story. We don't have to continue with the karmic loops. We don't have to continue the same karmic lessons. We can go in and heal and release those vows and contracts and covenants, and we can rewrite something new. Write a new contract for yourself on what your future is going to look at. So whether that deals with finances and money, or job, career, life purpose, or relationships and partnerships, or how you view and experience life just for yourself. This is saying, and I feel like we actually need to do some writing. So maybe you want to do some journaling or do some writing and write down a new sacred contract for yourself and for your life. And as far as going in and healing some of the old contracts in your Akashic records, you can either connect with somebody that reads the Akashic records and helps to bring healing in the Akashic records, or I would just say simply meditate, call in the masters, teachers, loved ones, and guardians of your records, and just ask them to assist you in like real time. You know, you don't have to make a big thing out of this or feel like you have to do something a certain way. Just ask them for help. Ask them, to help you release and let go of old contracts that you no longer need. And you can actually do the writing part to write new contracts, but ask them to bring in a healing activation for any new contracts that you write. So, let's just kind of make it that simple for you. All right, let's put that back in the deck. And then for those of you that chose the raw azurite. All right, so the raw azurite, special message for the week for raw azurite. This one's calling my attention. Ooh, Feast of Plenty. And Feast of Plenty has a great title to it. At the bottom it says choices and their consequences. Now, Saturn is about consequences, right? Saturn, the teacher of karmic lessons. You make a choice and there's a consequence. And consequence doesn't mean it's bad. We could make a wonderful, uplifting, positive choice for our soul's evolution and growth. And the consequence is that abundance and prosperity comes in, or a new path, is highlighted for you, or whatever. So consequences are just the result of making a decision or choice. Now, conversely, we could make certain decisions or choices that bring in some negative consequences. But it does say Feast of Plenty. We have, part of that tree, which is, again, shown here in the hourglass, the tree with the leaves on it. And here's a tree with the leaves on it. So this is, to me, abundance, prosperity, blessings, opportunities, new growth, expansion, right? So really keep your mindset in that glass half full mentality place. Now, this particular picture, we've got a crystal ball. So again, it's like you're writing your own future. And again, you could make maybe some not good choices that have some not good consequences to it. So we don't want to do that. We want to create the beneficial future path for ourselves. We've got 2 swords in here. That, to me, again, if the 2 of swords came into play, the 2 of swords often shows a woman and there's 2 swords that are crossed like this, meaning there's a possibility of making this decision or this decision, because the suit of swords is the mental realm. So thoughts, ideas, perceptions. So which path, which choice, what thought are we going to follow here? And then we've got like a clear crystal quartz kind of coming out of the crystal ball. So ask for clarity, right? It's pointing up. And so to me, it's like up, crown chakra, universe, source. It's like clear cognizance. We want to ask for that crystal clear clarity to kind of come down from universe and source and show us right here in the crystal ball show us which of these choices or decisions is the best one for us at this time to create the most amount of growth and abundance in our lives. So I think that's a pretty good message overall. All right, I hope you all enjoyed this weekly intuitive energy forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all of your comments and messages. Make sure to check out my website and all of the wonderful special intention crystals, stones, and pendants, and all of my services, intuitive readings, Akashic Records readings, Reiki healings, soul guidance session packages, and make sure that you connect with me through my newsletter so you can see what the upcoming classes and workshops are every week, or check me out on meetup.com under Sacred Soul Empowerment to find out, again, what lectures and classes and workshops and meditations and mini reading events are coming up through there as well. Sending you all lots of love and light and many, many angel blessings, everyone. Peace and namaste.